And hello, if you clicked this video, it probably means you're an incoming freshman in college. If that applies to you, the first thing you should do is subscribe to yours truly. I'll be popping out tons of videos in the future to help you with your college experience in every single way possible. This video, you're gonna have downtime in the summer, and you're not gonna have tons of downtime in the first month of college. So here's a list of 10 things, some of them I did, some of them I wish I did, to prepare for that first month while you have this time during summer. Number one is a little bit controversial, but I would actually recommend stalking your future incoming class, whether you're the class of like 2020, 2021, 22, whatever. If you know what floor you're living on, or if you know your roommate, or if you know like what clubs you're looking at joining, maybe you like internet stalk people in the grades above you or people in your same grade, just so you can get a feel for like who you might want to approach and talk those first couple of weeks to, because you're going to be meeting so many people. And I mean, it couldn't even hurt to just like look at some names so that those start to jog in your head once you actually move in. Number two, I did not take this advice, but I would recommend preparing some sort of like fitness regimen, getting that into your daily routine or weekly routine now, because if you don't have a fitness regimen going into college, I guarantee you like it's gonna be so hard to find time that first month, and you're probably just gonna fall out of it. So if you want to stay in shape and stay fit, and you are worried about the freshman 15, definitely start your fitness regimen like right now and do something that you'll know you'll be able to do like no matter where you are on campus. Number three, I heavily nerded out for like a month before I went to college and just like looked up so many videos and so many like reviews on my professor and all these websites to see like what the coolest classes at USC were. I go to USC if you didn't know. And so I looked up like all the highly rated like general education classes, looked at the best business classes, I looked at the best professors, the best, cool classes to take, completely unrelated to your major. So it's always a good idea to kind of like get your scope on what you might want to take. When it comes time to register and you don't know which are the coolest classes, you're going to be stuck with some things that are less than preferable. You're going to want to go into registration having like a list of like a handful of classes that you can just throw into your schedule just for fun, to just try something out new. 4, you're doing research, same thing, but this time it's on clubs and organizations. There are straight up like 800 organizations at USC, and being like the hyper involved person I am, I wanted to like really join like 8 my freshman year. So chances are there'll be some sort of involvement fair at your school during the first couple of weeks, and you want to already have a couple of booths lined up to go talk to so you can feel it out. Number one regret people have in college is that they didn't join the clubs they're in earlier, like for whatever reason they didn't find out about it early enough. Do your due diligence, and during the summertime when you have the time, just like completely go on a raid of the website or of other people's profiles or any sort of resources that could tell you what there is to get involved in. Number 5, a little more exciting, you're gonna research things to do in your area. Whether you're in a college town or a big city like LA, or you're straight up like in a farm town, research like what are some cool things to do, whether they're touristy things like going to museums or going to landmarks, or they're more like naturey things. LA being LA has a list of 100 things to do every single day. Like they post like a list of things that are happening every single day, whether it's like art festivals or a new cafe that opened up. Take this time to like stalk a foodie Instagram from that city, or to stalk like a museum there, or to stalk someone that lives there that always posts about what they're doing, because you want to have like a good arsenal of things you can do on the weekends. Going out and exploring with people on your floor or people you met is one of the best ways to get close with them and kind of like solidify your bond with that friend group. So really figure out like some cool bucket list items to establish for your first couple weeks. Number 6 is a godsend. If you haven't heard of the site mint.com, it's an app on your phone. It'll connect to your bank account and connect to all those sites and tell you what you've been spending your money on, and you can actually budget out your money. College will wipe you of all like financial literacy. It's so weird being on your own, but also like having a dining plan, so you're like, what am I spending money on, because it's not food. So just start with mint.com, because my freshman year, my finances were really funky. I didn't know what was going on, and mint.com like let me know what was really happening. Not sponsored at all, just a huge fan of their product. If you're not someone that's very financially literate in the first place, Mint will get you there for your first semester. Number 7, spend lots of time with your parents. I know there's some tension with parents in high school and kind of the limits they place on you, but in my humble perspective, Parents are some of the coolest people out there because they've got like twice as much life experience as you. My mom's like my best friend now, and that's not something I had in high school. So spend time with your parents right now. Figure out like what kind of people they are instead of just like treating them like parents. Like actually like get to know them and ask them questions about their college experience or like things they wish they knew in their 20s. I'm pretty sure your parents are rad, and if they're not, just message me. You can come talk to mine. They're pretty cool. Number 8, you are going to be probably leaving most of your high school friends behind when you go to this college in this different city. All of my friends are scattered now between NorCal and Boston and Atlanta and like all over the place. If you're feeling nostalgic, it can be a great idea to do some DIY projects with them, especially if they're like friend themed. In my room at college, I have a California string art design. I have a tutorial here on YouTube. You can click up here if you want to access that. And so if you have a hometown, you can all make these matching string art designs to kind of remind you like where you're rooted. Alternatively, you can always make mugs. I did this one at like a pottery place, but you can actually do it yourself, so I'll have those linked down below. But the mug just connects your college town to your friend's college town, and I think that's a really adorable idea. I absolutely love having that in my room. Number 9 is not something to do, but something not to do. I had to be negative for at least one of these bullet points here, but the thing not to do is to buy college apparel during the summer. I know you might be going orientation, you might be really excited, but at USC at least, I've gotten like 20 free t-shirts without even trying. Effectively, I've never bought something USC apparel. I've been gifted it or I've gotten it for free, whatnot. So at least wait till you're in college there. The bookstore or the college store will probably have huge blowout sales at the end of the semester, like midway through the semester. So definitely wait. Don't buy things for crazy prices online or in store. Like wait till there's a blowout sale. It's a much better way. Or wait until you're friends with someone that works at the bookstore so that you can use their employee discount. Shout out to my freshman roommate, Margaret. Number 10 is probably my favorite piece of advice so far of the entire set here, and that is to take a personality test. I'm not sure how familiar you all are with these, but at least the Myers-Briggs personality type is super common to take for business majors at least, but like a lot of people in corporate America or like in the workplace have taken this test. But even just as like a human being, it's really cool to know your Myers-Briggs type. It tells you if you're an extrovert versus an introvert, if you like details versus big pictures, if you're more spontaneous or you're more organized, and it really helps you learn more about yourself and how to talk about yourself. Because in college, the first couple of weeks, what you don't have time for is to figure out like a way to describe yourself. You don't want to be stumbling like, oh, like I am kind of like this, but also like, you want to know exactly how to describe yourself. If your roommate's an introvert, know that you're an extrovert and figure that out. Or if you meet someone that's super spontaneous, you can be like, you know what, I'm a more organized person, but this friendship could definitely still work. Myers-Briggs is a really cool indicator, but by far my favorite is the Enneagram test. This one, I think you actually have to purchase, but if you read through the 8 types online, probably you're gonna be able to figure out which one you are. I'm an Enneagram type 8 if you wanna look that one up, but it basically just means that I'm very headstrong, I'm a leader, opinionated, things you all know about me if you're subscribed here. But those are great, and also if you like bring the test to college, it can be a super fun thing to do at night, like on your floor with all of your friends, just like in one room, just all taking the test together, and then you can figure out like which types you are and which ones are compatible, which ones are harder to get along with. And that way it's just so important when you're interviewing for things in college or when you're applying to clubs that you can really articulate the kind of person you are and how you're different from others. So that's why I recommend taking the personality type tests. It just shows you're very self-aware if you can describe yourself with those terms. If you're worried about college, if you're anxious, I have a whole college playlist you can run through and get all of my personal tips and techniques from my freshman and sophomore year. That'll be in the description. Highly recommend you thumbs up this video so I start making more of these during the summer. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time, and Katherout.